Hello everyone, it is Leela.
Hey, it's Bo.
And welcome to our channel, or welcome back.
Yeah, what's up?
Today we are going to recap and review Boys to Planet episode 9.
And we're going to talk about my new toys I bought today.
Nope.
Yay,
Wrong
toy podcast.
channel.
Yay.
Wrong channel. So before we begin and talk about what we have on the agenda today, which is actually kind of a lot, we're talking about all the concept battle performances, our top 8s, how it has changed, and then we're using a tier list to make our predictions for who's going to be in the group.
Yeah, we did.
And comparing our predictions to last time.
To previous.
But before we begin, I have to be an annoying YouTuber for a moment, so everyone just sit with me for a moment in this, please. Don't click.
Is this going to be one of my stories?
Off. No, don't click off. So YouTube does this thing where it shows you ads no matter what. Right? Unless you have YouTube Premium, you will be seeing ads on every YouTube video you watch, including our podcast.
True that.
But in order for the people making the content that you are hopefully enjoying to benefit from those ads, their channel has to have 1,000 subscribers. We need about 60 more to get there.
Yes.
So please, if you like us at all, if you've listened to any of our episodes of Boys to Planet and enjoy it and have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do so. I'd really love to get over that 1,000 mark so that we could actually benefit from the ad revenue that YouTube is making off of our content.
You can always unsubscribe after the show is over. But we'll probably be doing the next whatever live thing. We've done these for a long time.
So, annoying spiel out of the way, but that's why we're asking you for
You don't have to like and share. You can just subscribe.
No.
You can hate subscribe.
I just need the subscription.
Yeah, just give me your subscription.
So,
Please, thank you. It's funny. We've got a couple channels, I think, that are mine's monetized. I think your other one
my
is.
other one is.
Yeah, and this one we've been pushing it for a while, but it's fun to watch it.
After going on a huge break after not doing podcasts for a while, it kind of mothballed.
If you haven't done a YouTube channel, it's actually really fun, and it's fun when you get close to the monetized level. It's really fun.
So let's get into this concept battle. We have 4
is these
songs.
like life conceptions, how like theories, and is that what we're talking about? By concepts, or is it just like hot, cute?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
cool.
what is Lucky Macho?
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because nothing says cool than your idol coming out and saying, "I'm actually afraid of motorcycles."
Shinlong!
Was that Shinlong? I would love to see any one of these guys get on a motorcycle and rev it up.
I'm Shinlong. I'm afraid of motorcycles.
Well, and the one
as you should be. They're very dangerous.
So Junmin comes out and sits on it and does the Stacy thing in their video. They did it really well. And I'm telling you, that thing he's on right there has about 300. No, it's not 300, but it would shoot through the roof if he was to rev it up. Those things are not a joke. But I thought the theme was kind of... I know. It wasn't for real. I thought it was a neat effect with the sparks and the...
They always they do a racer. They did a racer theme last time with Supercharger.
They did with Girls Planet too, remember? What was the racer thing on that?
Was there a racer thing
they
on
did
Girls
some
Planet?
kind of speed racer thing.
They just have these jackets in the back. You know what I mean?
Sitting there, they're like, hey...
And they just pull them out.
Put this on.
It's not my favorite.
This has been a great development in the last, especially 5-10 years of K-pop. They use these screens really well. They even use them on the floor.
The stage was really cool this time.
Sugar High
it had multiple levels.
Yeah.
It was better than the one where it has where they went out in front last time. Then the little and there were people in the middle.
Yes.
And then you couldn't see everyone. This was you could see them the whole time. I thought that was a good thing.
And it was way better than the Queendom one where Diane fell off the Queendom one because they had this narrow...
That was the same one that they'd been using for last time with the people sit in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was
the
dangerous.
stage that Diane fell
off.
off.
Great looking stage. Everybody looks cool. I don't know how Junmin pulled off his helmet and didn't mess up his hair. He did touch it a little bit he was afraid.
He is a connoisseur of hair gel.
Well, the makeup artist.
We've shown that in the show.
That's true.
He was teaching everyone how to gel their hair.
He knows how to keep the coif in check, man. He's like, I keep my coif in check, bro. Because nothing says not macho more than he pulls up. You're like, who's that boy? And he gets off pulls off his helmet and perfect makeup and hair.
Helmet hair.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been even better. It's all messed up. I seriously don't know how they did it. They told him how to pull it off right or something.
It wasn't fully on, was like not really.
Well, it was resting on his head.
Anyway, why are we talking about
anyway,
this?
Next song.
Anyway, Lucky Macho.
Okay, so
Lucky Macho. This absolute Zumba class of a song.
I will never listen to this song again.
This is such a Zumba class, and the performance is less for not having the true Zumba instructor Han Harry June present.
Oh right, yeah.
He's the the Zumba class instructor. Go to DKP's Instagram / YouTube right now and watch their cover of Lucky Macho. And watch the Zumba class take place.
This is one of those ones, kind of like Supercharger. I don't feel is really. Well, this more so than Supercharger, I think. It's not really a song as much as it's really a showcase for dance. And really dance more than anything.
Yes.
I mean, the song is kind of designed for that.
Yeah.
So
it's a performance song, I won't be streaming. I have not been streaming.
No, but
it is not going in the playlist.
They did fantastic, of course.
But it was fun nevertheless, but the song is not going in the playlist. And I will say, the backstory for this one, they only had to add one person, and we thought the Masters were going to be involved in the team distributions.
Yeah.
We were wrong.
Yeah, I don't know where we heard that.
I don't know. It was a
I don't know
rumor.
where you heard that, but
it was changed in that you could if you needed people, you could go and campaign, and they could come of their own free will, and if not, then you would go back and assign parts.
Yes.
Vote parts for everyone on the team, and anyone who didn't have a part would be moved. So anyway, a few people went up to join this team, including Juniel, and that Juniel was the one they picked.
The little rapper guy, right?
Yeah, and I will say,
I was kind of surprised.
Chingy went up for Lucky Macho, and they didn't pick him, and that was insane.
Well, I don't blame them, because I think maybe they had the same thought I did, which is Chingy should have done Sugar High. Because he likes this frantic dance
he was
stuff.
going to leave.
I would have liked him see him with Yumeki.
Right? Didn't he go up for this and didn't get picked?
I don't remember, but he would have been so good in Sugar High. We'll talk about that. But I was kind of shocked they picked this little rapper kid or whatever. Well, but I think he
did try it for this because he wanted to be with Yumeki. But they picked... Anyway, I think they just picked Juno because he is highly ranked. He was the highest ranked person that went up. I think that all this is we're pretending like everyone's picking based off of...
No, I thought Shinlong was the highest ranked.
He was the highest ranked person who volunteered.
Oh, I see. And he's good. Don't get me wrong. I think he did fine.
It was fine. It was whatever. But the whole story for this team was super confusing. They spent almost... I swear it felt like 15 to 20 minutes on Dongyu and Junmin getting up in the morning.
I you know why? I think the team got together and didn't really have any issues or no drama, and so they needed something. They're like, let's put a backstory about. Which, to be fair, they might also be pushing Junmin a bit because I think he's at the cut.
They've been pushing him a lot, and they're edging into Dahyun territory where it's okay, you can stop now. You're overkilling it and making people dislike him, even though it's not his fault.
What's strange
because they're pushing him so hard.
With Diane, I couldn't really figure out where that came from, why they thought she was the chosen one. I mean, she's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not making fun of Diane or anything like that. I'm just saying. But with him, I can see it. He has a very cool quality, but if you notice, if you watch his eyes, I know this sounds dumb, but he side eyes a lot. Not like smart ass side eyed, but confusing, that English interview, his mouth agape, he does seem to be a bit still nervous or unsure of himself.
I think because they've been pushing him so hard, his ranking is still pretty precarious despite that. But anyway,
he's great. I love Junmin.
I was also confused because didn't Harry June say that Dongyu and him were roommates and were gotten close? But then the whole story this time was how Junmin and Dongyu were roommates. From the beginning. So I was like, who was roommates?
Unless, because the stuff they showed in the little back clip was very old, where Junmin had the red hair. It was in the beginning, showing from the beginning that Junmin gets up early, is very respectful of the
He's
schedule,
always first up.
which is good, and he would wake Dongyu up, and then Dongyu got good at it.
Uh-huh.
That was early enough. Maybe they switched to Harry June, and then they came back together. Maybe if they were in a song together.
I was like, we're doing the best friend story for two different people, which is a bit confusing.
I don't really think it was a best friend thing as much as it was, look how reliable he is. He shows up on time, which sounds silly, but
it was super
it was filler.
Boring.
It was filler content.
It was kind of filler, but anyway,
I think it was.
I still am a big Junmin fan.
I love Junmin.
I think he's getting backlash because of this weird editing, but anyway, and he also is the center here. I will say when it came to the actual performance, normally I have like Junmin tunnel vision. Like I agree, he is like the center, but I really thought Shenlong stood out more.
Yeah, as much so, yeah. I mean, Shenlong is fine,
And
though.
he
I'm
was
not
so
worried about it.
cool.
Yeah, Shenlong is cool.
Like, I was like, oh, Bo left the show and we lost our deep voice rapper. No, we didn't. He was right here all along. I just didn't know.
My fear
he
was
was like so cool.
My fear with Shenlong is he don't get into like channeling his inner Jacob. What's his name from Deep Voice? Stray Kids, Deep Voice that everybody.
Felix.
He's maybe he's fallen into that a little bit. I'm not saying.
No, I think
Felix
that was
owns
cool.
No, I think it's totally cool. Don't get me wrong.
I think it worked really well, and it made him super stand out here.
Oh no, it's Shenlong. I mean, the dude he's coming.
Like
to his own.
I think that he did a dance performance last time, so we haven't heard. He hasn't had lines. Now that I think about it, he's never had lines.
I want to hear him sing.
In the first song he performed, he had 2 lines. In last was a dance performance, so he's like never had lines. So this is like the first time, so it was a revelation.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, that was really cool. He looked really cool. I don't know who let him out of the house in a crop top. That was not appropriate.
Crop top? I don't remember him wearing a crop top.
I remember. Those fan cam views attest to that. I wasn't the only one to
crop tops
notice.
always do well with the people. But no, I mean,
with the people.
Look,
Yes.
this team is actually a really fun team. I don't have any problem with any of these. First class kid. I'm shocked he's done so well and it's gotten so popular, but it's good for him. He sounded pretty good. And I have to say, Yumeki's rap sounded fine.
Yeah, it's the first time we've also actually heard anything from Yumeki. He, in Whiplash, had 2 words and then did a dance song.
Let's say this.
So he, came into the show not being able to sing. They were teaching him how to rap a bit, and I thought he sounded pretty decent.
I think that's where he needs to go because he's not a singer. That's completely fine. In rap, in K-pop, with singing and rap and dancing and everything, they really kind of want to make everything a bit, I don't want to say generic, but this is the popular thing. You have to rap and sing this way. Like literally telling them how to end their words in a rap. Like, ugh, they do that a lot, breathy stuff. And so when I hear like a J-Hope, who sounds like a maniac when he raps, which is amazing. When I hear certain rap tones, I really, really like it. And I think Yumeki has a higher voice naturally. And I think if he leans into that bit of Sexy had a higher tone, like a crunchy higher tone, like J-Hope a little bit. I think if he leans into it and really does rap, that's a backup for him. Not backup that he needs it, but that's another talent he can add on with choreography, dancing. Yumeki's issue is he scrunches his shoulders so much. He dances so hard. It really kind of squishes him down. He needs to kind of loosen up a little. Me critiquing a dance master. I'm not saying that, but from visually, I think he needs to loosen up a bit, maybe, because the tall, lanky guys, or even like a Junmin or a Jiahao, look so great because they're longer and but they're not 12 feet taller than him. It's just they loosen up, and I think he's such a good dancer, and he does these really frantic. That if he loosens up a bit, works on the rap, I think it's possible that he kind of branches off into another career, or at least experiences it for a while. So I still really like Yumeki. I'm not voting for him necessarily, but because I don't think, not only do I not think he'd be in the group, but he does have a backup. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
it's not.
Like,
but I'm glad
it's
he's
not for me.
No, but I'm glad that he's
not for this.
Right. Whereas was so obviously miles ahead of everybody. He was just so naturally good at dancing, singing. I guarantee he could rap. He could probably act. He could probably cry on cue. He's one of those aces that I'm enjoying. Yumeki, literally, he seems to be intaking all the information. He's just a computer, which is really impressive. I don't know how people do that. Who else?
Dongyu.
Dongyu was.
He was main vocal and sounded great. I don't think
do we want to talk? I don't think we talked about this last time.
He is. Been such a good main vocal.
Remember, Lila went back and watched the first episode.
Yeah, I was gonna start rewatching all of it again from the beginning. Now that there was just so many people, and for so long, I feel really bad now at this point.
Not knowing
that I just didn't know them. I didn't pay attention to them, and I just they just fell in the background. So many people did that this year.
Yes.
That I feel bad because then I didn't have an opinion about someone who now I have thoughts on.
Yeah.
I forgot that Dongyu was the first one to walk in the room and actually did really well in his audition as well.
Well, their dance was amazing. I think they arranged the placement of the who's coming out. That was a great opening act. They got people holy crap hyped up, but not untouchably good.
But then he disappeared. They edited him out of the show.
And then so when he's doing vocals, you're going his vocals.
And
were
then they
good.
can come back, and then they're focusing on him after he survived last week, and then him and Junmin kind of getting this package deal edit, which was a bit
I think
unusual,
Dongyu is
but-
possibly one of the most talented guys in the whole show. I think that he's just now getting some
The
time,
attention.
but I think he's got vocals.
There was
rap,
just too many people that he
yeah.
just like fell to the side for me, but I think he did really well and like deserves the
Yeah,
praise.
I will never play this song again in my life, and hopefully never hear it again in my life.
No.
Nothing, guys, if you're listening, because I know you're a fan of our podcast. Hi, Shinlong. I know you're a big fan. Nothing. Your performance was really fun. It was a really good performance, but the song sucks.
For the votes, Junmin got first place with 1850. Second place went to Dongyu with 1730.
Okay, here. Oh, we got to talk about that too.
And then here, this is the puzzling one. Hu Hanman with 1500 and Shinlong with 1210. What the heck?
Here's what I think is
Well,
happening.
actually, and Yumeki with 1520.
Right.
Shinlong had not the lowest views. Junil had the lowest votes. But what?
Okay, first of all,
Did they not let his fans in?
First of all, everyone is conscious of the show now that these voting girls go home and watch it.
Yeah, it's very strategic at this point.
Well, I mean, it is, and if the team is not filled with all the number one picks, which Shinlong has won, but that's really kind of it. If it's not really the superpower houses, the Lilios, the Song ones, and stuff like that, you're seeing that. To me, the audience kind of loosen up and be cooler with their votes. They're like, cool, let's give Junmin. You know,
No, they're actually being more strategic, I feel.
you think so?
Yeah.
But why does it explain that the numbers are so much higher? this time?
They're voting for the people that are on the cusp. Like they'll give Junmin a vote, but they're not going to give Shinlong a vote because
it's true.
he's raised up. So they're like, nope.
Well, but I'm saying that's also because they're familiar now with Junmin and his story.
I don't know.
So, because we saw 1900, we saw 1800. That's crazy. That means that's almost every single person in that room voted for that person.
Yeah.
So that's pretty darn impressive. So,
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, we only saw a few below 1,000.
Yeah. And then next up was Sugar High, the adorable mess that is Sugar High.
Oh my God, this was a nightmare. First of all, saying my name far better.
I still
Cutesy
love
song.
Sugar High.
Sugar High is great. Don't get me wrong.
I have been bumping this song on repeat. I went to work on Thursday and had this on repeat on Spotify all day. This in Chains. But this was the song for me.
I think people still, mistakenly so, think that K-pop should be or is Chains, pots and pan songs, stuff like that. For the most of the K-pop, correct me, or the biggest songs, I think, are good pop songs that have a hook that you can play on repeat, that aren't necessarily super happy like this, but are bright, but are pop songs. And this was, I think,
it was so good.
It's like Say My Name. This is a pop song. This is my favorite kind of K-pop.
The only negative part, like for the audio version that I was listening to on Spotify, is the dance break goes on too long.
Oh yeah, the dance break.
They had to add dance breaks, and it just, when you're listening to the song, it kills the momentum.
Yeah,
and I hate the dance break.
And live, it's fine if they do it conceptually or something. But no, I don't want to dance break.
in the tragic turn of events, Chingy wasn't picked for the team, was staying here and was like, I want to stay in Sugar High. I don't want to go to Main Dish. I don't like punk rock.
That's so cute.
Poor sweetie.
Rock and roll and metal.
And they were like,
it's like
auditioning parts, and he just like didn't get picked for a part. And the poor thing was like, I wanted to cry, but I didn't, because I didn't want to make them feel bad. Oh my God, stab me in the heart.
I don't feel bad about any of the youngins because they are young.
But I would have loved to have seen Chingy in this song.
He would have killed it. He would have killed it. Also, you would have heard more vocals of less people. You would have heard him actually sing. Who was all in this? Okay, so Hanum is coming out with his vocals.
Listen. I said I've had this song. Also, before the episode aired, like, the rumor was that they were kicking a lot of people out for having cameras because of the leaks that happened the last round.
Yeah.
Somebody got into this room and did a full 4K fan cam of Hanum for Sugar High that went up days before the episode aired, and I watched that fan cam, and it was good. I was like, I freaking love this song. And then I went in here, and you know what? I've become a believer of
in Hanum.
Yes.
No, I still don't feel it. He's not.
No, this song sounds so good. Secondarily to Woojin. Woojin just owns this song.
Yeah.
He sounds so good, like an angel.
Well,
Oh my God, this song is perfect.
It's not that Hanum's bad. I just think that he's more of a stagey kind of guy.
I thought he sounded really good here, though.
Oh no, he sounds great. Don't get me wrong. I just as a idol, he doesn't seem very bright or happy. No, that's
expressive.
Just expressive. That is just what I saw on the. I
thought he did fine. I think that he did admit when they were in practice, he was the team leader, that he's like not as comfortable with his dancing, which is like fine. So they, after kicking out Chingy, they didn't have anyone to lead the dance practice, so that Yoonso had to do it.
Oh my god!
And it was so funny, like. You know, it's really annoying, the double standards that happen throughout this episode. We'll get to it in the next performance. But they just, like, lovingly edited the Sugar High team. Like, they're they're having the little struggle. They're, like, bumping into each other. They can't get anything done right. They're singing in practice, and Liu cannot sing a single note.
It's too bad he's going to make it into the group.
Not a single note. We'll get back to Liu in a moment. I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I promise. Listen,
hate anybody.
But he can, in practice, can't sing a note. They're like, it's just a wreck. It's a wreck, and the judge's just like, it's okay. We love you. Like, it's okay, everyone. We love you. We understand. And like, and they were like, did anyone give Yoonso a hard time? And he was like, Woojin gave me a hard time. And they were like teasing Woojin. I was like. Why are y'all being so sweet to them when they're messing up?
Because
that energy is not shared with other teams.
No, I think what they said, they gave him extra credit for learning more of the song instead of cutting off and trying to be perfect. They were just trying to get the volume up down.
This is not a team that had people learning a new song, mind you. This is all people that had learned this song from the minute of, being assigned.
Yeah.
This is not the other song, Main Dish, where everyone had to learn it new. Yeah. And they still gave them a huge amount of grace
also,
for screwing up. And it was just like, that's fine. I don't mind that energy. I like that energy. I'm down with that energy.
Yeah.
Be nice to them. They're children. Except Masato's apparently like 22.
You do give extra points to the 15-year-old who's leading the team.
But yes, of course.
So you do be nice to him. But I know what you mean.
I was like, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But that energy was not shared throughout everyone. But the end result, Yoonso, adorable.
He's got a good voice. He's got a good voice.
Such a good voice. Yeah. He's such a good singer.
I think his problem is,
crazy.
And you said this, and I agree, is that they were there they're there a total of 5 months. He looks like he's actually grown a bit.
I literally rewatched episode 1. If you haven't in a minute since the series started, go watch Yoonso in episode 1.
Yeah.
He has, like, grown. He is, like, changed as a human being. Like,
some people do that.
He is taller. He looks completely different. And his whole demeanor, he was really shy and scared at first. And he said, I'm really shy.
And he was.
Which is now he's, like, totally not. He's, like, comfortable with everyone. Everyone loves him.
Yeah, he's got an army of big brothers.
He's one of the best, like, the nicest, most friendly, beloved members of the whole cast.
Such a pro.
But he came in saying he was shy and a bit nervous, and he was like nervous seeming. He has changed so much.
I think that just his attitude and his work ethic and stuff like that. He could be.
They needed to like measure his height on the wall of his dorm room. I think he's physically grown as well. Like,
and what's funny is he's the one whose voice crack would probably happen the most, because that's when it starts happening.
Yeah, but
I remember that
he's got it under control.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He just has a really good.
He's such a good vocalist.
He's just a well-rounded.
Oh, he's so
well-rounded kid.
I'm so excited.
But you know what he's thinking is he looks in the mirror and he can't get away from that cute face.
Yeah.
He wants to stop being cute. And it's like, dude, you're going to grow into a good-looking dude. Like, don't worry about it.
He didn't want to be in Sugar High at first because he didn't want to be cute. And then when it came time to be like, okay, you could volunteer for Main Dish or Lucky Macho, he didn't. He said he wanted to keep Sugar High. I think he didn't want to have to learn a new song because it's kind of difficult.
That and also, come on.
In a short period of time. But he stayed. But it was the right decision to stay because he's adorable. And like, I was thinking about him today. I don't think he's making it into this group or anything like that, even though everyone loves him.
Him or Chingy would be the two golden matinees or whatever you call it.
Is that he's with Cube?
And
what are they going to do with him?
I don't know.
He deserves better.
I think somebody will make a group and he'll jump into it.
I think that he's got to get away from Cube.
He's been there long enough.
Cube isn't going to do anything.
Did they have him back in the JYP days?
In
the JYP show days? Did they have him then?
No.
Oh, see, so
I think he's jumped around.
Then he'll probably.
That was the one takeaway. I was like, oh God, what are they? He's going to be in a dungeon anyway. He's never going to get to debut. Anyway.
But he's a kid. He's got plenty
and
of time.
I will say as well, I love Sugar High so much. It turned me into a Hanan believer. I was already a Woojin believer. I've turned the corner on Song Yun.
What do you mean?
I like him. I like him.
Wait,
Sloth Eyes.
Sloth Eyes. What's her name from
Song Yun. I like him.
Yeah, I think he's popular for a reason. I think he's pretty good.
The cute rap thing, he's so good,
He's good
at
it.
it.
Yeah. But the group's not going to be a cutesy,
That's
bright
true.
group.
That's true.
I think this could be a group.
But, like, he just stood out, and I was like, he's like, I love it. I loved it.
And that's the dumb thing. Is a song like this, like Say My Name, will actually give you a chance to show your actual talents.
I think so.
I think it gives you a well-rounded appeal, and I think put anybody in this role, whoever gets in this role, who's maybe not normally done it like Yoonso, would have been. They would have received positive feedback for sure, because this is a fun song.
Like, I underrated him early because we were like, who is he? Why is he in the top 8? Who is this?
Yeah,
and then go back and watch the plot twist performance. It's very similar to this.
Yeah.
The cute rap. He's very good at that.
Yeah, he's good.
And
at
was
that.
good in that performance. It just, I was very focused on Shinlong at the time, so I was like, who is this? Why is he here? Then he gets here, and I'm like, I am on board. And also, in the behind the scenes this week.
Oh, I didn't see that.
They were posting dorm clips. And he and Leo are roommates. And you know Leo's my one pick.
Wait, him and Leo? Why would they be roommates?
I think because of during the Queen card. You're with your
teammates. Oh, right. Yeah. He was in Queen Card. I forgot.
Did we talk about this last time about the spider? I feel like that happened in between the last episode.
Oh, there was a spider.
And he's like, what's on the... I feel like maybe we did talk about it last time, but he's like pointing on the wall saying that's a spider, and then... talking to Leo about it, and Leo was like, yeah, there was a big one in the bathroom, and it made me think I was back in Australia.
Ooh, that's no joke, man.
And he did the thing that you always do, where it's like anytime there's a discussion of a spider, you go up to the person and go, "Hey, spider, it's on you." Well, you like do the thing, and then you put your hand on you, like, it's on you.
You do it to the nieces and nephews in your family.
You do it to me.
No, I know.
Anytime there is a discussion of a spider, so to watch him do that,
there is one on your shoulder.
There's a spider. To Leo was just like, that's my son. Yeah, that's my child.
No, I think I had to have no issue with him being in the group. I think he seems like a nice guy.
Very, very mood maker.
For me, the standout was Woojin. I don't know why they're not really going after this kid. Maybe because
vocals.
It's possibly because he is a bit quiet in the.
I love Sugar High.
No, it's a good song.
This is like I haven't. Last round the songs I was just like, oh man. And even the first round songs I was like, oh, I'm finally something that like makes me happy. I've watched this so many times. Yeah. I love Sugar High.
I'm overseeing idols like Hump the Air.
We stand Sugar High. I love this song. It's a great song.
And the set was fantastic.
Oh, and I said I'd get back to Liu, but didn't. Liu. Here's my thoughts on Liu.
See, I can't even think of what
it's sometimes hard to reckon with watching someone like struggle with their skill level and practice. Like he's early in his training. He's not a good singer yet.
Oh, he was one.
Is he a singer at all yet? I don't know.
Was he the 5-month kid?
I can't remember if it was 5 months, but it's very
his
early.
Friend went home and he cried for his friend, or was that him?
I think so.
Okay.
I didn't get to that intro performance yet in my rewatch, but he's early. Like the skills are not fully baked, and so sometimes it's hard whenever people have gone home who are like, even Bowen. Go find Bowen's Instagram, everyone. My God. That kid is like a wonder kid. He's so good at everything.
I'm not worried about him. He'll be fine. He's
a
good.
little hard to reckon with someone who feels like their skills aren't fully baked, being on the show and being highly ranked, versus someone who went home who is really, really skilled. But this is a beauty pageant, and that's okay.
No, I mean...
But I will say, with relation to Liu, he's gotten no screen time. We really don't know anything about him other than the first episode where they're like, isn't it cute that he's a introvert? They have given us nothing. Right, yeah. They've given him nothing. They've paid him dust. But all the time in practice, he's never complaining. He's never whining.
Yeah,
he's never crying. He just tries, and sometimes he fails. And maybe it has happened, but we haven't seen it. But he seems to be in good spirits. Mm-hmm. Whenever he was in practice, he was like really sweet to everyone, and like having a good time. And when he gets on stage, and we've heard him now in this recorded song, this is the closest to what a debut group has, right?
Yeah.
We have a recorded song and a live performance with air quotes live vocals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's fine. He's great.
Yeah.
I would never have guessed that he can't sing.
Yeah.
He sounds great on the recording. On stage, he's great facial expressions, better than Hanem, who can sing better.
Was he the one who bumped into somebody, or was it somebody else?
And let me just finish my you thought is that if he was a debut idol, I wouldn't think twice. I would be like, yeah. So like, he is there, but you know what I mean. Like, they can make it work. If he were to debut, they're gonna make it work.
The thing is,
it's fine. The bumping thing. Here's the bumping thing.
But real quick on Lee Yu is that they. If somebody's coasting along and the votes are keeping him alive, they don't need to pull out screen time. If he starts to get popular, throw in some screen time, or give him some screen, or or if he's like floating up there but not getting the bump they think he needs and they see potential, they can always throw in some screen time. You're going to see a lot of people not get a lot of screen time who do okay. They don't need the screen time according to Mnet, or if they just need a quick story, they'll throw him some screen time. But if he's got no drama and stuff like that, there's nothing they really need to do.
Yeah.
But if they see him getting really popular, let's say like I'm sorry, Songhyun. They see him getting really popular, but he's just doing it on his own. They don't need to. I mean, I wish they would, but they don't need to give him screen time. So you don't see a lot from people, which explains the inexplicable rise of popularity for people. Sometimes they're just naturally popular for whatever reason. Because remember, we don't speak Korean and we're not on Korean social media, and that's a different world.
Yeah.
Where somebody might get popular on social media without us knowing.
He's not Korean.
Whatever.
He's
they
from
just
Taiwan.
I'm just saying
K-group.
I'm just saying people picking him out and saying, "Oh, look at this viral video like what happened to Suki from Billy."
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't see that, but we can't explain why Suki got popular all of a sudden. Secondly, it is an interesting thing to ask, can the group be, should we make a show to find diamonds in the rough and create a group from that, which I think is more interesting. But I do think it's interesting, too, to say, or do we need to find the elite of the elite?
Right.
Because you're not finding that.
It's different.
Anybody who
it's
says
a different question.
Right. But you're not going to find a group of 8 to 9 to 7 or whatever, elite of the elite, because the girls don't vote for that. The ones who matter. So you're going to get a few.
The je ne sais quoi that makes you want to vote for someone and makes you like someone is not you can't explain it.
To me, I think
you can't explain it. You just
I agree.
When you like someone, you just like them.
Right,
you can't explain it.
I think it's more
and I get that. That's fine.
I think it's good to have some elites along diamonds in the rough, because
the
diamond in the rough is like, the kid he just put everything into his dream and worked hard and got his way, and he's a little rough on the dancing, but he tweaks it. And I guarantee you, any idol you see, like Eugen from ZB1, who I thought was kind of a dud idol in a way, he's amazing now. I mean, he's just as good as anybody else, because they will put you through the training like an army. Yeah. So I'm not worried about that. I'd rather see somebody who has a personality, has a good attitude, or has kindness or something, because this is not Broadway. Some idols can sing like Broadway, but this is not Broadway. They're not doing stuff that is... The hardest thing they do, an idol does, is dance. Choreographed dances are very hard. So the singing and the rapping, I'm not so worried about. That can tend to kind of come out on its own. Again, like J-Hope from BTS. He rapped kind of that way, but then it got crazier, and then his solo albums were just so interesting and different. So that doesn't bother me. I don't mind somebody coming out of nowhere, as long as they have something. Yeah. And, but even then, they're going to develop something.
But the other thing with this team, some people were upset about it. I don't think it's anything to be upset about.
What do we call this? Bumpgate?
Bumpgate.
Bumpgate.
Bumpgate. Is that...
Not Bumgate.
Bump.
You're right.
Bump.
It could be Bumpgate.
Bumpgate. Is that... If you watch the full version, See, there's the aired version that has everyone's reactions.
Yeah, which is fun.
Within the episode.
Yes.
You do not see the bump.
Explain the bump. What happened?
The full version, Sugar High, no reactions. There's a part where Woojin is in the center singing. Behind him is Songhyun, who does like a spin to another location. He's doing like a spin, turn, walk to my new spot, to the back left. In doing so, face plants directly into Lee Yu's shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's very quick. I didn't notice it. I watched this so many times before I noticed it when someone pointed it out on Reddit. Didn't even notice it. It's very quick. But it's like towards the back half of the song. And it's really funny, by the way.
It's not, it's a
funny.
bump.
He just fully face plants into Leo.
His whole body. Like,
He just didn't see him. We don't know if he was the one out of position or Leo was out of position.
In traffic terms,
who had the right of way?
Sungwon was at fault. He was sideswiped. If you're turning into traffic and a car is going too slow, you wait.
But he was turning, so he didn't have the visibility. The people had to get out of his way.
That's not what's his name's fault. He was going to his spot, but we don't know if what's his name, Liu was not going to his spot too slow. So maybe he should. Maybe he was in the. So in dance terms, who knows?
A traffic collision. But if you go and watch the fan cams, you watch Songyeon's fan cam, that does not occur. And if you watch the illegally filmed fan cam. From the Hanum fan site, that does not occur. So the version of this performance that the audience saw, I think, to my understanding, was one where they didn't make a mistake like that.
No, you were saying the bump was during rehearsal.
But the version we saw, it might have been a rehearsal or something, where they did the bump and all that, whatever, because if they had done that in the live performance that the audience saw and that the judges reacted to, I think the judges might have said something.
Oh, for sure.
Or like reacted to it like, oh gosh,
even a minor like facial, like what?
But the fact that it wasn't acknowledged at all makes me think that took place not in the actual live performance. It maybe was a rehearsal. Because if the judges ignored him face planting into someone's shoulder without saying anything about
didn't say anything
that's a bit weird. Yeah. That's a bit weird.
But they do use different clips from the rehearsal mixed in.
I think this isn't the only performance where they've done that, where they've taken clips from different, like they perform more than once. This is just the most obvious time where that occurred. And it was just a bit funny. I think it's more just an editing mistake that they showed that. The bump, rather than any sort of like.
No, it's no conspiracy.
I don't even know why they were using that take versus the other take. I don't know what. Maybe they thought what Woojin in the front was doing was better in that take than the other take, because I think this team more than any other team, each take was probably more different because they were having such a hard time.
Look at
versus teams that do it the same every time.
People would try to say they're trying to leave the bump in the show's version. Because they're trying to make him look bad. But if they wanted to do that...
No, they didn't put it in the episode. In the episode you watch on TV with the reactions and everyone talking...
Oh, that's right. Then vice versa.
It's not
whatever. They would have... There's other ways they could do... It was just... They probably, like you said, they wanted Woojin did something better in the beginning, in front, or the lighting was off, or whatever. Also, there is a part, I believe it's this one, we talked about it when we watched it live. Early in the morning, we were just sitting there, got up.
The vocals
they're
are
singing,
strange.
And somebody hits a high note, but it cuts to the other person. It's like the other person's high note is now this person's high note. So I don't know if there was just some. I
feel like there may have been audio from the version where they didn't bump, video from the version where they did bump.
Yeah.
And so there are parts where it's a bit little weird.
I guarantee it. There's a 17-year-old Korean girl sleuth who will patch it all together.
They were trying to figure it out on Reddit yesterday.
It's a fun mystery, but I don't think it's a conspiracy.
Anyway, Bumpgate.
Yeah.
And then we have this hot mess.
Main dish.
Main dish. Again, if I had a dime for a time that the most entertaining person on the show got left in a team in the original song battle by himself, I would have to...
You'd have 20 cents.
I'd have 20 cents, but, it's weird that it happened twice.
There's a reason it happened. Nobody wanted this song.
So Jiha was in this one alone. Interestingly, Hengyu and Kaiwan volunteered to come to this team of their own free will because they basically... Hengyu, because he said he prefers more powerful songs, and Kaiwan said, I don't want to get kicked out. I want to go to a song of my own volition, which I respect. He wanted to
Hengyu wanted to do the high note.
He wanted to
you could tell.
do a more powerful
He
song.
heard the high note and he thought he could do it.
So he moved over of their own volition. The whole entire episode was about Kongnen's crash out. He was in a mood.
He got kicked out.
Yeah. He was in a mood.
What was he in before? Chains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted to be in Chains. He was like very dead set on wanting to be in Chains. It came to the part where you have to like assign the roles, so you re-audition for all the roles. He was in a bit of a mood that day, so his singing whenever they were auditioning with each other was really poor. Doesn't mean he can't. It's just he was like really wound up, and I think that made him.
He should have done.
He didn't. He needed to relax.
He should have done what Lelio
But he was
did.
crashing out.
Lelio cracked the note, and he's like, "You guys know I'm good." You literally,
That's my favorite
seriously. No, that's not him being cocky. He's just like, guys, are we going to try? Like, you know who the good singers and stuff. I think he would have done, if he would have been like, look, I'm cracking. You guys know I can do it. I'm just concentrated on selling the dance or something.
That was a good moment.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
Especially because Songwon was like trying not to laugh at him. But anyway, so throughout the process where it was like kind of going down the line and each new part, Kongmin wasn't getting voted. And he was realizing that he was not going to get to be in Chain's team. So he started to crash out and get really upset.
I don't know why, like, I mean, I'd rather do Chains than Main Dish. Main Dish is a bit like Supercharger-ish. Like, it's just a bit, it's just not, and it's, I don't know, it's not, Chains is the far better song.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think necessarily they were thinking I want to be in it to be sexy or whatever. I think because you can, because of a...
He wanted to be in it because all the popular people in it, and it's going to win the most points, and you're going to win.
But also there's...
And you're going to get to be in the top 8.
It's a slower dance, but also you can sing a little bit more.
No, it's because all the popular people in that
agree.
team, it's going to get the points, and you're going to get the top 8.
I agree.
That's why people want to be in Chains. Let's be real.
Yeah, for sure.
So Kongman was like, fine, you know, I'm going to go over here, but, you know, if I do go to this, I better be killing part or whatever. I was like, okay. Fine. So he like goes over
Jihao didn't. Jihao said you can have the killing part. Oh, he said come.
He
take
said
it
come
from
and
me.
take it
Yeah,
from me.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Which he comes over and he does because again, very very are like the choreography is like their thing, and that's his thing is like learning it really fast and performing really strongly, and like he's a good dancer, and that's like his deal. That is
which is what the song needed.
So you know, not necessarily surprised that in a few minutes he like learned the killing part and like did it really well, also while being really pissed off, so he was like channeling strong energy or whatever, and then got the killing part. That's like fine, and
he did fine. He did good at it. Yeah,
like he certainly did do well, but like yeah, everyone there. It was unusual because they cut to a lot of people saying Colin was so angry. Colin was a bit scary.
You think that's a mistranslation, like meaning like fired up, like passionate, or was that meaning angry?
They cut to Leo saying, and the translation said that I thought he was going to beat me up.
Well,
I was like, what the fuck?
You can tell when somebody's in a pissy mood or whatever, which is fine. But it's like, dude, we're all going through the same thing, bro. So it's not, you don't need to get, who you mad at?
He was mad at the situation and himself and the whole everything.
Fine,
and that's
but
fine.
go deal with it over there. I was kind of like,
he didn't have enough time to get over being mad, so he had to stay in his madness and go and perform and practice and everything. You know what I mean? He didn't have a minute to like calm down. So he went directly into the other team, and then just anyway, whatever. They were practicing, and like it seemed to be going fine, except for Hengyu was like, I can't learn choreography very fast.
Though he is a dancer, though. That's his thing.
That's what he said. His was this thing.
In his application, that's what he was.
But he was like having a hard time, and at first they seemed to be in good spirits about it. Oh, we didn't talk about Junso coming into this team. Junso also, it got down to the point in Change where the only part left was a rap part, and he was like, I ain't rapping, bye. And so he left, and he was like fine about it. He wasn't mad. And also Junso got 0 screen time. They did not.
I don't think Junso needs it.
They didn't care to show him. I think he ended up being the team leader, was he? But
I think he was probably just.
Maybe not.
I mean, I think he was probably just.
They just like did
agreeable.
not focus on him at all.
Yeah, I don't even remember him. Honest to God, don't remember him in the whole thing. I don't remember the song or anything.
They were just like focusing on Kongman and his like.
I think if Chingy gets more lines than you, then you're not saying a lot.
But when Junso came in, and when Kongman came in, the team members that were there were like super happy to have them and super welcoming and like very, very happy to have them there. So like good vibes. Yeah. But then like the vibes were rotted. Over time,
I think
the vibes got rotted.
Now, it could be the edit, but when you're picking on somebody, Hingyu in this case, you're constantly saying, no, that's wrong, that's wrong. Guess what you're doing? You're now concentrating on something when you could just get to it and hope he gets it, and if not...
It's on him. That's his journey.
Right, but you are I understand what Kongman was saying. Like, he could make us all look bad by being off, which can happen. But that's also him picturing like him falling down or something. He's not going to screw up that big.
No.
He's also doing the vocal with the big power note, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And he needed to give him some. He needed to understand. Look, you're doing the vocal, so maybe let's rearrange it to where you're not dancing as hard back here, because you have got to look at like AT's vocalist, where he comes out and he kind of more swags and dances. I mean, he dances hard, but you know what I'm saying, because they give him the breathing room. That to me was like, guys, you're concentrating on this ridiculous Zumba class dance, which don't get me wrong,
this one wasn't as much of a Zumba class,
but I'm just saying,
but
like,
it was still hard.
I know you're supposed to appear angry and this and but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know the lyrics necessarily, but is main dish was that not is leaning more sexy than tough? Like,
no,
what are they?
it was like
okay,
it's
but
a
either
rock
way,
song,
I just when you're picking on a guy now, guess what? You're all going to get that edit, so it's going to make Kongman look bad. That was my boy Jihao knows this, and is as usual playing the diplomat in a lot of the cases.
Yes.
But now you're giving Hingyu something to worry about. So you've actually made the situation worse. What you needed to do is say, all right, you're having a hard time with this part. That's cool.
Let's
you worried?
Focus on
Let's let you
else,
concentrate on the singing, and if the judges ask or anybody else asks, or make it obvious so that the audience can see that we're giving you the breathing room to sing because you are hitting these notes. So I just thought it was the song. When you have a song that's extreme dance and stuff like that, it doesn't need to be that extreme the whole time. You can take little breaks and have a little. And I just thought it was a bit immature for them to be like, hey, let's just keep harping on Hingyu and harping on Hingyu. Then, of course, just read the room. Once the guy got upset.
But yeah, so they, the vibes slowly go from positive to rotted, and then they get to stage rehearsal, and as I was saying before, where the mentors, or whatever you want to call them, the masters, were giving so much grace to Sugar High Team, had none for this team necessarily, or specifically none for Hingyu, where it was just it was very contradictory and very confusing the way it was presented, because they did their little stage rehearsal, dress rehearsal, right? Hingyu was like maybe struggling during the dress rehearsal. They showed a little bit of him he was like really stressed, right? But after they finished, like everyone was like clap, clap, clap. Connie was like, "Good job, everyone! Good job, everyone!"
It wasn't.
And then the two vocal masters.
As a matter of fact, I think they were kind of saying, "What are you talking about? We thought you did fine."
Right. The dance masters were like, "That's fine," and then the vocal master, One Star and Sukhun or whatever, were like, just scowling at Hingyu, like scowling.
Right.
And then it was like, "Are you okay? Like, what's wrong or whatever?" And he's like having a full-blown anxiety attack on stage.
He could have also been feeling faint because he didn't eat enough. You're doing the Zumba class for 45 minutes in practice and stuff. So
he was not doing well. He was not doing well, very visibly not doing well, like physically. And Connie, to her credit, was like telling him, breathe, breathe. You have to like
chill out. Yeah.
You breathe in through your nose and out of your mouth when you're having a panic attack. In through the nose, out the mouth.
Yeah, you don't pile on the guy.
Anyway, and he's like having like a serious anxiety moment, and was like telling I'm scared, I can't. And freaking One Star just piles on. You can't be like that.
I think maybe
you're bringing down your team. Yeah. You can't bring this depressed mood to your team.
Maybe he thought
what was that?
I don't think he thought he was making it up, but I think maybe he thought he could kind of snap it out of it. But as soon as that happened, all I could think was when Yumeki was doing his tryouts and he got done, and he's like, "Whoa, singing and dancing at the same time is hard." We talked about this and how infuriating that made me, how infuriating that was.
Yeah.
And that reminded me of this. Of all people to say that is to vocalists, vocal teachers, but they never do the hard dancing and singing, so they don't know. So like I said, to me, the better way to do it, to go about it, was if the vocal coaches were to say, "Hey team, your vocalist, your main vocalist, your high note vocalist is having a hard time. Why don't you rearrange a little bit, like work with them, or say, hey, Hingyu, I noticed on this part, on the hard dance part, you're pushing too hard, maybe fall back." Some advice.
If you don't have enough time, get it close enough.
Yeah, and just
get it close enough.
And guess what? Did he do fine in the performance?
It was fine.
It was fine. So
it was fine, and the end result was fine. But when the show comes out, I don't watch it live because it's in the middle of the night, so I didn't see it live. But we just see the clips on YouTube. I always watch the full performance first. I didn't notice anything being wrong.
No.
And then watch the little clips. They put just little pieces of the episode up, not the whole one. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh, what happened with Main Dish Team? Click, you know. Yeah. And it's a like short couple minute clip with no subtitles of them beneath the stage about to get in a physical altercation. And I was like, what happened? I didn't have the context at all when I first saw that and was like completely freaking out. Because they almost got into like an altercation under the stage because the other Jihao and Kaiwen were trying to calm down Hangyu and cover him. Too, yeah. And Qingyi, they were speaking to him in, you know, Chinese. Because he speaks both. Mm-hmm. So again, Kongmin probably wasn't privy to what they were saying to him. They just knew they were talking to him and trying to comfort him. And when he was upset, they were trying to comfort him. And Kongmin, in a very bad lapse of judgment moment, decides to stick his 2 cents in. And instead of being supportive, he was critical and said, you can't do that, you can't be like that. Which is not his place to do that to Hangyu, especially not right then in that moment when he's having a meltdown.
Yeah, was it him or Junso who made the Japanese kid
Masato Junso
cry?
made Masato cry.
Right, it's a similar thing where it's like, or when that one guy was like the special judge was talking to
Beko made Kongmin cry.
Right.
And for no reason, and then he bounced the room.
I'm telling people, and I've always said that...
read the room!
Right, I've said this a million times. K-pop has had struggles with mental health awareness.
Yes!
Everybody knows this. This is not a... In recent years, they have seemed to have made some strides in that by saying this idol is going to take a mental health break. But then you go, okay, that's fine, but not if the manager was like, go take your mental health break. Like... get out of, you know, like if they treat it like that. And so there is still a cycle of, not to get into all this, but a cycle of mental abuse that goes on in trainee programs. It gets worse the less famous the group is, you know, stuff like that. And it's only in recent years you started hearing, there was one reality show where they literally hired a psychologist to be on the show with them. You know, but then I remember that one person, just side note, and then she brought one of the little girls to a plastic surgery.
What show was that?
And I'm like, you're the psychology? It was nuts. But anyway,
what show was that? I forget.
So they're still struggling with this awareness. Someone like a Kongmin and people like him were treated that way. That's why he's treating someone else that way. You watch the reaction clip thing.
The other context here, because again, like it was just a bad judgment moment. It wasn't for you to say that right then. Whenever you're going to say something to someone, does this need to be said? Does this need to be said right now? Does this need to be said by me? You know what I mean? It's like the things you ask yourself before you speak. And it did not need to be said by him. It did not need to be said right then. You know, saying you can't be like that, get better, is like, have you tried not sucking? You know, it's like, that's not helpful when someone's having a moment.
The way he says hyung he's saying, I'm paying attention to the hierarchy in society, but I'm going to push on you.
Like, it was just not a helpful thing to say.
Yeah.
And you aren't close enough with Hangyu to have that kind of rapport. To say the little tough love things. To say I'm going to tell you like it is, or I'm going to tell you to snap out of it, or whatever. You have to build trust and rapport with a person before you can act that way with them. And not just straight hurt their feelings. And that's what happened. He just hurt Hangyu's feelings.
Yeah.
You know, he's upset, he's scared, all this stuff, and then someone who he likes, you know what I mean? Like, they were very welcoming when they were happy when they saw Kongmin.
Yeah, of course.
He was, like, happy to be in a team with Kongmin. Feel like he thinks less of me, he looks down on me, and so he got really upset and was, like, freaking out in the bathroom, and was talking to Junso and saying, you know, does he even think of me as a teammate?
Yeah, but you watched their...
And that was the thing that... You just hurt the man's feelings. But anyway, awkwardly enough, on the Very Very YouTube channel, the Very Very members, the ones that had been on the show and a couple that didn't go to Boys Planet, Harry June and
so on.
And the other DKB member whose name is escaping me, Huichin, were doing a live reaction. They just did like a live, so they're just sitting on a couch.
You could hear it, but
in
not
their
see it.
in their jams
Eating
eating snacks and watching the show. It was so cute.
Yeah, it was nice.
There's no subs or anything, and there's like 6 people talking,
You know
so
what they're
God
saying.
knows what was being said.
You probably know what they're saying.
But I saw it and was like, oh, that's really cute, and kind of fast forwarded a little bit, and specifically to watch the reaction to when this was occurring, because the very members went pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, dude, stop. And I haven't seen anyone's translations to like help the context of the situation here for what the very, very members had said while they were watching this interaction, this negative interaction. But one person did say that Dong-hun, who's the leader of Very Very,
Who went home already.
Was the military guy. He went home earlier. Again, I know Very Very from watching Road to Kingdom and back in like 2019. They had debuted relatively recently then. Mm-hmm. I really liked Very Very on Road to Kingdom.
They were good, yeah.
I really liked Dong-hun.
Yeah.
And their whole thing, if you aren't familiar with them, I think a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are like, Very Very is so Nugu. I'm like, are they? I don't know.
No.
I know who they are. But his like thing, he's like a very strict teacher, and he's very exacting, and he's very particular, and has very high standards and like when they practice, there's that like he as the leader of Very Very's team does the tough love thing with his teammates, and they're used to that. So Dong-hun said, don't try to sound like me.
Yeah. Well,
because I think he probably recognized Kangmin. No.
It also it's a sharp sword that takes a lot of practice to get right. Because if you remember, Very Very leader Dong-hun was in charge of a group here in this series, and they loved how he was a drill master. But he was also, if you noticed, very happy, because he knew the sharp sword is not applicable to all situations. Kangmin, I think,
it was a misstep of judgment.
I'm not saying that Kangmin was trying to parrot his leader and stuff like that, but I'm saying that he just didn't know what else to do and was also thinking of himself. Because when he comes in the room, and they cheer, he says, "Don't worry, I'll make sure we win." Yeah. He kept saying translations, this is, it's reality TV, so who knows. But to me, he never showed an ounce of remorse or whatever. He just couldn't figure out why this guy was sucking so bad. Yeah. It's like, bro, you need to realize not all groups are dancing like this all the time and screaming like you guys. Mm-mm. This is not the most popular form of K-pop all the time. So give it a rest.
I didn't like that interaction.
Here's the thing. I wonder if his members went silent because they knew that he might lose some votes because of that.
I don't know if he will.
I think he will.
Everyone in the English forums is insisting, everyone on the Korean side is so cool with it. They're not mad at Kangmin. I'm like, I'd be a little surprised if that was true. If it is, okay, that's fine. Well, they show them, the whole team together afterwards, like in the bed, hanging out. So at some point they resolved this, but it wasn't shown.
Doesn't mean it was resolved. It means they were just maybe over
resolved it well enough.
Past it.
I would have liked to have seen Kangmin apologize.
And he might have. We just didn't.
He might have occurred, but we didn't see it. Yeah. Would have liked to have seen them just say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I do respect you." Would have liked to have seen that, but we didn't see it for whatever it's worth. I was particularly just frustrated because of the position that this interaction, this altercation, put Chingy and Jihao in.
Yeah, where was Junso this whole time?
That's the question.
On his acting movie set or something?
He was like I'm getting away from the drama.
No, he should have been.
He's like, I had
hey,
drama last time. I'm not doing this.
No, I know, but he should have been like.
He bounced. He was like, "Meh." But I didn't like, because they're my favorites and they're sweetheart, and I didn't like seeing the distress in Chingy's face as they're.
Yeah, there's that shot, that great shot where he's leaning against the wall.
It's like a reaction.
It's like a Renaissance painting.
Where he's and then Jihao's having to again deal with teammates arguing and drama. I didn't like the position to put those two in. But anyway, I've harped on that enough, I feel. But
I hope it loses.
It was a mess.
Votes. He needs to be humble a little bit.
It was a mess. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
You know what? I'm betting it does lose. I bet whatever rank he is now, I bet he drops at least.
I didn't like it at all. But anyway,
it was just, it could have been an evil edit and stuff, but I
don't think so.
It's hard to say.
It was a bit weird.
None of them seem to understand that this guy is a singer. He's not going to get the snappy, rage-filled moves as quickly. Give him a break. rearrange it a little bit. You have that ability. I thought it showed kind of a naivety or a lack of an ignorance, not willing to, not
malice.
Yeah, like no malice, but an ignorance of an actual person who's got to hit the high note and not crack it like
But
he did the last two
with
times.
relation to the performance, I like their little custom outfits.
Yeah, they had their names,
on the back.
In
I thought that was really
kind
cool.
of romanization.
I thought that was cool. I thought their outfits were cool. Kongman, of course, like he did well. Of course he did. Junso weirdly got very low votes. I thought he was really cool in this, and that he, like everyone else, was like this frantic energy, and he wasn't. I liked that because it made him stand out and seem cool rather than like aggressive or whatever this energy was for this song. I thought Junso looked cool. Chingy with lines, a revelation.
Yeah.
Our little rapper.
Yeah.
It was so cute and so good. And he did a good job. I still would have preferred him in Sugar High. But, that was that.
Yeah, I did. It was just dumb.
I don't like it. And I don't like this song.
No. Never listened to it.
Will
again.
not be streaming.
No.
Will not.
No, thank you, sir.
Okay, and finally, my God, this is going to be the longest episode ever.
It's fine.
We are at Chains, which is,
Why are they missing half their jacket?
there was only one jacket, so they had to split it between
half.
Gonu and Anshin.
There's no way.
The stylist was like, "Oh no, we only have one jacket."
And it just happened to be a jacket that was half size for Gonu and half size for
We need to
Anshin.
cut it in half.
Okay, I guess. K-pop fashion is a trip.
Anyway, the Chains team, it was just like a little bit of back and forth. The backstory was just about like, should Songwon be the killing point?
Can we just stop all this
Who
and
cares?
just talk about Jihao? Like, it was all about Jihao. He is, forget everybody else.
Should Songwon be the killing point or not? Who cares? Who cares?
I don't even think
Sure.
Songwon really cared. I think he played it
think
up.
so
I didn't
either.
think he played it up. He's like, man, come on.
I like him so
group.
much because he was kind of like, oh my God, I'm not going to go out for it this time again.
Songwon?
At first, and then was like, okay, I guess my fans support me, and I guess I should try. And then he tries, and okay, I guess I'll take it.
I guess I'll hump the air again. Hold on, let me pull up my shirt. There. Fine. I go? I'm really wanting to read this book right now, based on Salt. It's a book on. No, it's like an 1836 novel on like.
Like, it's fine. Of course he can do well. The thing that makes him good as a center and a killing point is because he does really, really good facial expressions. He can like serve face.
I mean,
he comes on the stage and he serves
honestly never
face.
noticed that.
Little Vogue, he serves face. You don't know? Oh, it's huge.
I mean,
watch him versus anyone else. Seriously,
okay,
he
that's
serves
fine.
face.
But I mean, I'm used to going to K-pop shows where we get good seats, but not like front row seats.
No.
So I don't ever really notice.
Like, I think it's like that's the thing he does better than anybody. I think.
No, he's good. He's definitely. I'm not knocking Songwon at all. I like Songwon.
So like it was like fine, he's gonna be in the center. It's fine. But Jia Hao, the absolute viral, crazy popularity rise for Jia Hao.
He's got more views than Songwon right now.
That tambourine fan cam went crazy. His fan cam for this is going crazy. It has more views than Songwon.
You know, he
It has like
reminded me.
300 and something thousand views this morning.
What's his name?
Double anyone else.
From China and First Boys Planet. You're a bird. The kid who's just
Rui?
He's now in the group. X-Love, who is just this insane athlete who can like flip and do. He can bend in three halves and stuff. This is what it reminded me. Like he came along, but instead of being a acrobat, it's like he's trained in sexy. Or like we were saying he's like Kai from EXO.
Yeah.
I think he reminded me of Kai from EXO, where he's just got that, and his voice actually sounded kind of similar.
My God!
But
like,
when they interview him, he's like a little mouse.
He's so like timid and
he's like, "Excuse me, sir, can I be sexy for a moment?" And he's like,
and they're like, "Raise your hand for your part." And he's like, timidly raising his hand. It was.
I mean, could be a language barrier thing too.
I think so. But it was just like so funny because like even the judges were pointing out that he is so different on stage.
Like,
he's like a monster.
He had parents.
It was so funny.
His parents didn't have a lot of money when he was a kid. He was like 5. And they're like, "We've got to sell you, or not sell you, but we're gonna. You got to go train with Mr. Scott. The art of what? Of body rolls.
Where you go to like learn like, karate or whatever.
Yeah. Instead, he's like instead of
Kung Fu masters.
Instead of like chopping the post, he's like dancing sexily around it. They're like, it's more sexy. And they're like, they have the little more sexy. He's like, yes sir, yes sir. And he's like 6 and he's got a 6-pack, you know. So, but the moment that I thought was really, really funny, because Songwon is the chosen one. Everybody talks about Songwon. It's constantly to where, another really great podcast, by the way, is Boys Love, what they call it, the channel. They're really, really funny. Is that it's starting to feel like, all right, who's going to be in a group with Songwon show? Yeah. Which is fine, whatever. But Songwon, he says, oh, well, in this part you do this, and then Jia Hao goes, and Songwon goes, like the sexy hits him, and he's like, his sexy's over 2,000, like it's like an anime moment. And I remember thinking, this
was good.
Jia Hao comes along and makes Songwon kind of look tame as hell in a lot of ways. He really does. Not knocking Songwon at all. No. I don't know that it lit a fire under Songwon, but I think there is a different level of sexy between, certain person and Kai. As far as K-pop, what they call sexy, showing your abs and grinding and stuff like that. And he's like, oh no, it's a simple physical trick with your body. You just, and it's like, what the hell?
I like how he explained it though, because like when you watch the two of them, again, when they were like trying out for the killing part or whatever, is the difference is that like very slight between the two of them, but Jia Hao has like this body control thing where he does that good dancers do, where it's like a momentum where you go and you stop and you start and you stop and you start. There's like a little pause in between each motion, and that makes it really like cool and groovy, and that's what makes it like really sexy.
It looks like
it's like there's this kind of like momentum thing.
Yeah, it looks like you're trained or something.
And the only difference is that like he does that better, but Songwon serves face better.
I mean.
Whereas Jia Hao doesn't quite serve face as hard.
So the girlies are gonna go, those hot abs, but
I'm
face,
just saying, like that's the difference that I noticed is that like if you mish them together, it would be like over 9,000 pounds.
I just felt like it was a moment of like Songwon is like, because a lot of K-pop is like this. Oh, that's a grade A singer or rapper in K-pop. But if you put them in a grade A singer in other parts of the world, they will be destroyed. Not in all K-pop, but in a lot of K-pop. Yeah. Except for maybe dancing. Dancing is where they're pretty elite. But so Songwon is like grade A in this show, and this kid comes along and says, "I just flew in from Feyland or whatever, and watch." Now, the only thing it makes me a little concerned about, because I think Jia Hao is getting this kind of buzz right now, is if he's only that one note. But that one note worked out for Kai pretty well. He's he's a pretty amazing artist. Or it may be more like who's the other guy I was saying is like Prince of K-pop, Taemin, where it's just
it's
this other world.
Taemin does. Yeah, it's the way Taemin dances is the Jia Hao vibe.
Well, and the thing is,
he could probably do Move and really eat it up.
And Jia Hao also his face, he has a very feminine face. He looks like an elf.
Very, very, very pretty.
And so I if he doesn't get in this group, some modeling agency is going to grab him.
Yeah, for real, he's a supermodel.
So it was just kind of a funny moment where it was like someone I don't think was humbled, and I don't think he needs to be humbled in that moment. I thought it was a clever moment where he was like, "Oh, cool, teach me," because that was a nice moment.
It was. They had a really cute moment together, and also it just Songwon being the sainted angel that he is, said, "Look, I got the killing part again. Yeah. You Jia Hao only have like very few lines in his like the sub rapper or whatever it was. So he was like, why don't we switch lines?" And you'll have more lines, but I'll still have the killing part. So that he gave him a little bit more time than what in the like front that he wouldn't have had otherwise. And Jia Hao like accepted that, and it was like their compromise between the two of them. That he was basically like a second killing part.
Awesome.
And he comes out in the front and is alone. He's like, oh my god, just like completely.
and it kind of balanced the song a bit more too.
He's crazy, like crazy good, like. Where did he come from?
I mean, I think that
where has he been?
I don't know what moment K-pop is right now. The last real moment they had was when BTS was at their largest, and everybody was doing the "I Love Myself" stuff. And then, they'll have moments like that, or when New Jeans came along, a breakthrough moment in that world. Yeah. And are they in a sexy moment? I don't know, but if they are, they're like, hey, pull this kid out and have him do a Kai thing.
It was wild. Like, I think he was a revelation in Tambourine. I think he was a revelation here. I think it's crazy, but I feel like we'll talk about when we talk about rankings. I'm a little scared for someone to be going so viral at this point. Like, Are we splitting C group votes?
Dude, viral moments work out for people typically.
I'm scared.
And, we're going to talk about Leo singing and stuff.
Anyway,
Leo, he was fantastic.
Great. I had the Spotify of this and Sugar High on repeat for like 8 hours. He sounds insane, so good. Oh my god,
is his
so
style.
beautiful.
He needs to be
Not every main vocal needs to be a power belter high note vocal, especially for an R&B song. Like, oh my god.
And
the tone, the vibes.
Yeah.
It was impeccable.
I think
so
Anshin actually fits it as well.
So Anshin's voice, like, no, I feel like the hype for Anshin, I'm just not seeing anyone talk about him anymore, which worries me a tad, because I still really like him. I thought his voice sounded amazing. I think he sounds so pretty. I still feel like Anshin and Leo is like the vocal duo.
Yeah, but I think that Anshin...
So pretty.
Anshin needs to get to Leo's level, and once... Leo's definitely got more... stage presence and like sound. Leo's meant for this. Yeah. Anshin's still a little nervous.
I think that
once he gets there, though,
we saw his initial reaction to the choreography video where he was like cringing.
Yeah.
He was like scandalized by this choreography.
Yeah.
So they didn't focus on him again. Anshin's getting no screen time and no discussion.
They don't need
I worry
to give him
a tad.
screen time right now.
I worry a tad.
He's not going to drop out or anything.
I don't know, man.
He's not.
I said in the first episode that I felt he might be like shouting and barely squeak into this team. I don't know. Maybe
as long as you make it in.
But so I felt like he probably didn't stand out as much, but I think his vocals were really pretty and like was so good. Lee Jong, sure, like he did really well as well. I was like,
sure.
fine.
I don't remember.
Great.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking
Gonu,
about.
I was like watching this and I was like,
about.
fine. Gonu is debuting. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't. Again,
I'm fine, everyone. It's fine. He's going to debut. My God, he's like a model. He's so pretty. Like, it's kind of crazy.
I think you're.
This whole team.
I think right here you're looking at probably 6 that are in the group.
This whole team is like unreal.
I mean, it's not my style of song. I don't like the sexy humping stuff. The air. It's just like, come on, guys.
I love R&B.
But I'm not.
They were really doing the most.
Oh, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not my.
Sometimes for me, it crosses a little over into cringe.
It definitely crosses into cringe
when it's a little bit like trying so hard.
When has he ever been chained up? Like, nobody, But I know.
Let's not.
It's a.
But like, I still like that style of music.
No, I agree. This what I'm saying is the dance and stuff is not my style. But the performance was really good. They're really good at this stuff. I just think that
crop tops on the floor choreography. Good God, y'all!
I don't know that you should be. I don't know. It's just not appropriate. I think, but. Minus that, that was just the staging and the costumes and the humping and stuff. Minus that, Jia Hao, I think it was a great moment, and those 4 in the middle, I think, are definitely going to be. Well, Jia Hao might maybe not, but I think that's an interesting, a little bit more of a mature thing, and we'll talk about other stuff about them in a minute. But there's an interesting maturity there. Mature doesn't have to be sexy like. Dry humping and stuff. It can be like, EXO used to do mature stuff. Yeah. Just really good singing and vocals and stuff. So I don't know. It was a great performance.
It was crazy.
It doesn't surprise me that it won.
Oh my God, it won. It won the streaming. It won everything. I was like, wow.
But like I said, Jia Hao's now getting more views than Songwon.
He's going crazy viral. Like crazy.
Yeah, I could see that being on TikTok and doing crazy.
Like Anshin's fan cam views are like middling.
Yeah, 52,000.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, come on. He's not pulling out his abs
I'm worried.
And grinding around.
I guess so. Yeah. I'm worried. Anyway, here's our top 8. We can just quickly... I think the only change with mine was that I think my son Chi is not making it to the next round.
But that's fine. He's not... I mean, we got to discuss who's going to be the Maknae because that is an important role.
He, in my top 8, has been replaced with Songyeon. Because I really liked Songyeon and Sugar High, and I think he is going to be our little Maknae.
I'm always kind of going back and forth. The really only ones I'm really pulling for, I think, are Shinlong and Leo. Junmin I'm pulling for. I don't know if he's going to make it. Songwon I add in there reluctantly, but not because I don't like him, but just because I think you do need that kind of pull, like somebody to sell albums. And I'm not saying that's the only thing he's good at. He's going to be a good idol. I just think and also him and Leo being in the group would be interesting. But Junso, I got some vocalists in there. Woojin, of course, I think he could maybe be the Maknae. Is he young?
Him and Songhyun are the same age.
Okay. Jia Hao, I think, just a viral moment. I think that you need that Kai style. Like, I always tell people, I've said this every time, K-pop is fun for me as an older, straight white dude from the USA. It's like comic book teams. Wolverine has claws. Cyclops has eye beams. You know, that stuff. Jia Hao's the dancer. Leo's the cool singer. Shinlong can be the rapper and dancer. You know, they have their abilities and it's fun.
I think this is
I think it's pretty
I
balanced.
think my top 8 isn't a perfectly balanced team. I think Woojin stands out a little bit too much in the vibe department. He's just so cute.
He'll be the cute one, you know. There you go. Make the cute stuff.
Because if they're going to do the vibes like Chains, if that's what our debut album sounds like, is like Chains, Woojin's maybe a little bit of a standout for not fitting the vibe check. But I love his vocals. So
but I will say this, on your top 8, if you're voting or whatever, bear in mind, you're going to have 4 guaranteed they're going to be in the group. They've been guaranteed from the beginning. Oh, we can do the rankings?
Let's talk about the rankings real fast.
Oh, right.
So last time on the first Boys Planet, on the episode 5, we're into episode 9 by now. So we did this tier list thing as like a prediction tier list. And this is what it looked like for us at episode 5 of Boys Planet 1. And the tiers are as thus. Our favorites that are going to make it into the group. People that aren't our picks but are going to make it into the group. Our favorites that had a little bit of a chance to make it in the group. And then wild card, which is too hard to predict if it's going to make it. And we were like really right. We were right on the top 4. Yeah. We were right on the top 4. We were right on the other 2. So 4, 5, 6. And then 2 from the 7, 8 from the faves that have a chance tier. And then 1 wild card, which was Ricky, which is the perfect description for Ricky as the wild card. He was definitely unpredictable.
Yeah, I remember cheering when he made it just because he was a wild card. But
to
be fair, the top faves were not my top faves. Those were yours. I liked Matthew and I liked Jung Hao. I didn't care for Han Bin. Ji-woong was my favorite too.
Yeah.
But my number 1 was Jun Hyun down in the bottom right. But, I was still fine with it.
So this is, historically, we've been pretty decent at ranking these. So this is my ranking for this time. I'm a little bit not confident in this ranking.
We weren't confident 100% in the last one, but we did well.
For this one. So at the top face, I think the 4 that are going to make it is Sangwon, Leo, Anshin, and Shinlong. But listen, I don't think that Leo and Anshin are necessarily going to be like highly ranked. But I think they'll make it in.
I think Shinlong might be the only weird one that make it. But.
Jia Hao's like, where did I put him?
Right there in the phase with the chance. Oh. Yeah.
With his meteoric rise, I worry about splitting the votes that might have otherwise gone to the other C team members of Shinlong and Anshin. So,
you're right.
Is he actually?
No, Shinlong and Anshin, I don't think. This sounds bad. People don't necessarily. I don't think they consider them C group. I think they just consider them.
Yes, they are.
I know. I'm saying that for voting or whatever. I just think that they're so like. If your favorite Shinlong, you're not saying he's a C group. You're saying he's
Shinlong.
He's Shinlong.
That's right.
Same with Anshin.
I think Shinlong stands on his own, his one pick power because of his history and just he's very individual. Like no one else quite fits that Shinlong.
Yeah.
No one is like him. Anshin, I don't know, but I think that they're still solid. I think that Gonwoo, Junso, and Songhyun are going to debut. I put them in the not my picks, even though because we're not agreed on it. You have Junso in your top 8. I have Songhyun in mine.
I really kind of put Junso only because I liked his acting or whatever it was, but also I think he's kind of the leader going to be put in there. I don't know.
I've only put them in the not my picks category because we're not agreed, but they are technically our picks.
I mean, yeah.
I am going for.
I'm not saying he's my favorite of all time. If that was the case, I would have had a great.
I don't mind Junso.
He's fine.
But he's not in my. He hasn't historically been in my top 8. Gonu, not in my top 8, but I get it, and I'm cool with it. That's fine. I'm fine. So that is 4, 5, 6, 7. That only leaves one more slot, you guys.
But this is what I was saying.
And this is like my favorites that I think maybe have a chance to fill that slot is Woojin, Jia Hao, and Junmin.
I agree, 100%.
I think the 3 of them, for different reasons, could fill that slot. So the wild card that I can't predict, I put Kongmin down here, even though he's been up in the top 8 before. I don't
I think he drops out.
I feel like he is on shaky ground for some reason. My spidey senses make me feel like that his one pick isn't that strong. Well, I don't know if that's right
that edit
or wrong.
This last episode.
I feel like him being a debuted idol in a slightly mid-tier group in Korea, but having his votes that brought him into the top 8 be heavily international, for some reason makes my spidey sense thing feel that he's not on solid ground to actually debut.
But
I think that he actually could not debut.
I saw this happen with Bora. I loved Bora so much, and she was doing okay, and groups of people like her, and then her fans who are voting crazy start at near the end where it's shaky. They start to go, well, it's all right. If she doesn't make it, we'll get a new comeback. So they probably would do a similar thing.
I could be wrong. That's why it's a wild card, because we could be wrong. But there's something in my instincts, in my soul, that tells me he could very well be that last position, and it could be not one of the 3 that I would prefer. It could be Kongmin. Yumeki, look, some people are like he's debuting. I'm like, I don't know.
No, man. I don't think he will.
His fan cam views are still crazy. Like he gets a ton. I feel like, more of in Boys Planet 1, it was like, oh, Kate is fine. The Japanese fans are going to carry him to the finish line. It's fine. Kate is fine. The Japanese fans are going to carry. I feel that same rhetoric is being said for Yumeki, and it's not true.
No.
They did not carry Kate to the finish line. I do not think they will carry Yumeki to the finish line. Yeah. I just don't think it's happening. But I could be proven wrong. Dongyu I put because, again, another one where he's just getting such a favorable edit, and so many people seem to like him.
It's too late, though.
But he's so low ranked right now.
Yeah, it's just too late.
Liu, who knows that flip a coin on Liu?
No, I'm not
flip
feeling it.
A coin.
I have
no idea. It could happen. It could not happen.
I think it's going to be the top 7. That's who's all in, and it's going to be Jiahao.
That's crazy.
Because he is the shouting, but shouting had more coverage.
3C group.
But what I'm saying
crazy.
What I'm saying is, you get a recent viral moment. It will give you those people who are just casual to the show.
And there's a difference between Jiahao's meteoric rise late in the competition because it's been completely organic.
Well, nobody knew he existed.
Junmin has been pushed by Mnet.
Yes.
His rise, because, they like him so much and they've been putting him in the edit.
Yeah.
Whereas Jiahao's is completely organic. So I feel like
timing.
He might actually be over Junmin because of that reason.
Here's another thing I want.
Because people don't feel like he's being shoved at
you got
to
remember too, if you're watching Junmin for the last 6 episodes,
and
you've seen a lot of them.
I like Junmin.
In a lot of ways, you've taken in Junmin content for the last 4 months. So that's enough for you to be, I'm satisfied. Now I know Junmin. That was a nice story.
I'm done. I'm finished.
I'm not saying
Leave
it's wrong.
a little something to the imagination.
Well,
it's
not only
exciting,
that, it's either that or this sudden.
It's exciting.
You never underestimate the TikTok.
What if Jiahao was like Ricky?
No, I think Jiahao is Ricky if Ricky could dance like that.
Anshin and Shinlong are Matthew and Zhonghao.
Okay,
and we do get 3.
I wanted to say I wanted to ask you about this or discuss this for a second. I want you to picture in your head. Maybe don't look at the screen. Okay. We'll look at picture Songwon, picture Leo, picture Anshin, picture Shinlong.
Yeah.
You'd probably picture now. I want you to picture who's the little kid, 15-year-old who did the choreography in the last one. Yunso. I'm sorry, I forget his name. Yunso. Picture him. Now picture Jiahao, comedy. Now picture in your head Lim Jack.
What about it?
What I'm saying is
there's a character.
The dourness in this top 4 in this season, this seriousness, this lack. Now I want to go back to what actually worked out. Picture Hanbin.
Yeah.
How he was. Picture Zhonghao, how he was.
Yeah.
Picture the maturity. They had jobs. They could have been married with 2 kids. Those 2 are the equivalent of Songwon and Leo.
Yeah.
Right? Or, I'm sorry, Songwon and Anshin. I'm sorry. They were the 2 chosen ones coming out, and they have been the 2. Now, Leo's kind of taken the second spot. But what I'm saying is, what you have here is you have a strange group, I think, where there's maturity on Shinlong Leo alongside like reluctant kid idols who went through COVID, who have survived the social media destruction of youth.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to make a joke. Compare it to what ZB1 had. It had a maturity, and then compare it to some of the more idols that when you picture them, you picture happiness or a smile or whatever. Mm-hmm. These guys never smile. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course they do, but I'm saying
I think with relation to what you're saying about there being not a mood maker, I think that Sangyeon is actually going to carry our positive vibes.
Not that I care that it has positive vibes. I'm saying that there is.
But like literally, I think that's. Yeah,
I'm just saying it is an interesting thing that I think Songwon and Anshin and all these, even Leo and stuff. Look at Shinlong. When's the last time he really you remember him cracking up and telling a joke and blah blah blah?
When he got ranked 4 last
right,
time,
he giggled
he was very
and stuff.
happy.
Right, but that was a standout moment. Yeah. I'm just saying that there is I don't know if it was that the previous season they were just happier, or they were said to go out and fake happiness more, or
the
maturity.
Show this time is a bit stressful.
Picture Matthew.
The vibes
Do you
are
picture
a bit
Matthew
rotted.
frowning? No, you picture him smiling.
The vibes are a bit rotted.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying a bad or good. I'm just saying maybe there is a darkness there or something that maybe.
I think the editing of the show has been bad.
I don't know. It's just I was just if you sit there and picture the group, and then you throw in a Jia Hao who's like this alien. Who comes
not an alien.
No, I'm not saying that in a negative way. Like Prince, he comes down and he's like, "Sorry, can I dance really cool for a minute?" You're like, "What the heck? Where? How?" Like Prince is a guitar player. People don't know Prince is a master guitar player. Stuff like that. That's just unexpected. This group might have that weird, unexpected like combination that might really be interesting. Mm-hmm. You got Leo's not weird, but soulful voice alongside Anshin's like
pretty.
A flute?
Pretty
sounds like a flute, like an ancient flute that from China that's been played for 2,000 years. There's an interesting thing going on here that I think can really, really work out. But we have to consider you might get the top 4, and then the remaining 4 are going to just be normal. I'm not saying bad, but like average picks that you just didn't even like all your wild card or a couple of your wild cards who were kind of like Liu's going to get in there.
That'd be crazy.
Not saying they're bad. I'm just saying like just kind of there's so many idols in this group in this season that were kind of just average. They were good, don't get me wrong, but they were just kind of there was no real emotion either way. And then you have some who are ones you've never seen before, like Leo, Jia Hao, for example, from what we've seen so far. It's an interesting dichotomy there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. As a man who doesn't just pay attention to the abs and stuff like that.
I think it makes a more cohesive group to have maybe, I don't know, either Jia Hao or
you were so bad at you will never play the game of making a prediction. Who do you think who do you think the 8 will be? Just I don't care about the rankings. You could be Chingy in there. I don't care. Who do you feel is the top? Who is going to be in there? Because I say it's the top 7 and Jia Hao. If not Jia Hao, it's going to be Woo Jin. I would like it to be Junmin, but I don't think he's going to make it. Junmin could be the gun one.
I can't do it.
Oh dear God.
I can't do it.
She won't do it even in private, like when we're talking.
I put Hanum and Masato here. There's a rumor going that they don't make it to the next round, but that's just a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, who knows?
So
some rumors work out, some don't.
If that rumor hadn't come up, I would have Hanum up here on the gonna debut. I thought with his really strong Korean pick, he was going to debut.
But did he? I don't think anything we saw from Han. It was too little, too late. But also, I don't think we saw any moments of him being cohesive or being part of the group. He was always standing apart. He was never like, "Hey, buddies," and so that's missing a bit. I think so. Yeah. If it's the top, if it's most of these people, I'm fine with that. I think it's going to be interesting.
I'm stressed, y'all. Okay.
Oh, we didn't talk about the secret word name.
Yeah, the group, they gave a clue and someone figured it out, which is like we already knew this.
Do we want to spoil it? If we want to spoil the name, you can skip or whatever, but go ahead.
They've been calling everything in the app, everything Alpha. Remember the Alpha visual?
Yeah.
It's Alpha 1. It's going to be
Alpha okay.
1.
Well, I thought the words I thought it said Cosmos or something, but okay.
No.
I mean,
it's
Alpha as an alpha male? That's like the wrong.
Man.
It's the wrong.
It's weird.
I thought it was going to be space. Now, alpha could be because 0 and then alpha and then beta. And
probably spelled funny. Like how Kepler's spelled funny.
No. Oh, with the 1 instead of, Well, Kepler was named after like a German
But
scientist.
then Alpha 1 kind of sounds like all 4 1. Kind of like
Oh,
101.
yeah. Maybe they'll spell it somehow. Okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll do a wolf theme.
I don't know if it's a
Whole
hot take
time.
to say that Alpha is maybe less bad than Zero Base 1. Zero Base 1 is awful.
No, but I'd rather have that weird K-pop
It's so
decorational
stupid.
English thing. But
so
Alpha,
dumb.
nowadays, we don't want any...
Kepler is so dumb.
Yeah, but we don't want... Alpha has a
Like, the
political
names
connection
are also
over here.
bad. Yeah, I know.
It's like
Blech.
a bro connection. It's
Blech.
like,
Don't like that at all.
Anyway, that was a good episode, though.
Oh my god, we've talked for so long.
No, I mean, not us, but the actual episode.
But yeah, oh my god, I can't believe there's only 2 more, you guys. I'm freaking out.
Okay,
out.
so the last one is the last one. Is the limit?
Next week is eliminations. They've already
then-
been filmed, and that's where the rumors have been coming from.
Ah.
But I think the rumors have been inconsistent, so I'm not really believing them 100%. So,
And to be fair, there's so few people, you could probably predict a lot and get some
yeah.
accurate anyway.
Oh god. Ah.
Okay, well,
And
we'll
then
see.
the finale in 2 weeks, we'll do a reaction, audio only, because I don't want my channel to be taken away from me. And that's gonna be really exciting. We're gonna be up in the middle of the night doing a reaction. It's gonna be so
Yeah,
fun.
we haven't done that in a while.
I'm so stressed, you guys.
It'll be fun. We'll see what
I'm
happens.
so stressed.
You might hear us sound really angry or disappointed when somebody's announced that we didn't want, but that doesn't mean we dislike them.
Like, Leo doesn't debut. I don't follow this group. I don't care.
Oh, I agree.
don't.
100%.
I boycott.
No, yeah, they're done. Toast.
Shinlong doesn't debut. I get really, really upset for a while, but then I still listen to the songs.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Anyone else, it's fine. I don't care.
Same.
But Leo doesn't debut. I crash out. Shinlong doesn't debut. I crash out, but maybe recover a little bit better. But maybe, I don't know. No, maybe
Yeah.
I crashed out on both of
Who
them.
knows?
That's the only ones.
Yep.
Those are the only ones that are like no compromise.
I agree.
For me.
100%. 100%.
Okay. But
Cool.
I also felt that way about Kata and Jay.
Well, we'll see. And be sure
But
to
to be
subscribe.
fair,
though.
those two were they were in the top 8. I don't know, man. I'm stressed, y'all.
Hey.
I'm stressed.
We'll see what happens. Subscribe.
Prayer circle in the comments, everyone. Let us know what you think. Who are you one picking for? We're one picking for Shinlong and Leo.
Yes.
Okay. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.